Sula here from MistyHilltops.com. Thanks for stopping by. It's that time of the year to start working on that project which we call December Daily. I like to call it Document Your December or Document Christmas, because actually it doesn't start for me at Christmas. It starts when my Christmas season starts, and that's usually after Thanksgiving. So this year I know I'm a little late, but I've also given things a bit of thought, and I am going to use a mixture of a lot of different things. I will use some digital products that I have, and they're mostly Echo Park Carta. I have a lot of sales and stuff, and there's currently a sale going on Snap Click Supply, where you can get half price for digital products, and they're the full collections. For example, for my first page, I will be using Happy Christmas, that collection. I think that's a Carta collection, but I will also be using a whole lot of other products, a combination, just things from my stash. I have this, I got this a couple of years ago, but had no access to this. It's just from Craft Sensations. It's a Christmas paper pack with 24 sheets and 24 designs. They're one-sided, which I personally prefer. I don't like when they're double-sided, because I rarely use it so that you can see both sides of a page, and I always think it's such a pity to use a page when a paper when on the other side there's another pretty paper that I love using. So I'm okay when it's just one-sided. In fact, I prefer that. So I might be using a bit of that. So I think for the most part I will use these digital collections where I have papers that I just print and then cut out. But again, just if I want to do some tags or some embellishment pieces, I'm sure I will use this. I also have this little Christmas paper pack that's a 6x6, and it would go, I think, well with my with the color scheme that I'm going with. And then I have this. It's only, I think, 12 papers in here, so they're just single, but there are some cute ones in here. I like the gray color scheme that's going on. So there are some pretty pages. So if I get too bored with the green and red traditional one, I might turn to this one or use it for embellishments and other kits. So I hope it's not too loud. I rarely do the kind of live recording without editing. So I am also planning, if I have the time, so this is pretty much unedited, but I'm also planning to put videos that have the shorter version, the way that I usually do my projects. I'm a big December Daily Christmas fan, and I have a ton of albums. Maybe one day this season I will go through and show you some of them. But here I also wanted to show you what I am planning to do. You see, I have a paper, but it's actually not just a paper. I made sure this is an A5 size. I just cut it, and then this is how I plan on cutting these, and then I will fold them in half. So this is an A4 size. Folded in half, it's A5. I made this little flap here so that I can glue it, and then this is the binding. I will you see, I just cut this with my Silhouette because I've used similar binding systems in the past, and all I need to do is just adjust the size there, and it's very easy. All I need to do is I have to fold it, and this is here to give it a bit of a gusset, or a bit of space for me to add elements and things like that. Now I have others that I have made thicker, so it depends on if my page will have a lot of bulk or not. So I can decide that for each individual page, and then what I'll do is I will I will basically have to glue a couple of these together. So they will, I have another one. Let me grab it here. Like this one, right? And so basically what I will do is glue these guys together, and that will create the next one for my next page. So they will go together like this, and then they will this will become then the binding, and then the next page can be attached to this one, and obviously I would want this to be continued until the last page of the book. So so two of them will get a page in the middle, and that way I kind of technically I left this open so I can use it as a pocket to add tags and stuff. I'm not planning to use many tags and other things in these pockets, but just in case I want some extra space, I have that option. The reason why I do it this way, I used to have albums where I would then put a lot of glue, and it's a lot of extra work. And with this one, all I need is put some glue here, put some glue here, which I would have to do anyway, and I save myself glue, but I'll also save myself a lot of time trying to glue these pages together. So I decided this is how I want to go, and make this work with this album, basically. So that's the basic setup of my album. Then obviously this will then be the front page, and so the cover page, basically this will become the cover part of it, and then I can put this book together. So I think I'm ready to start with my page, and I have these papers here, and then I have these 3 photos. Basically, like I said, I like to start my December daily with, or my document Christmas with when, for me, the season actually starts, and it starts right after Thanksgiving, when I start decorating my house for Christmas. So usually where I come from, we do celebrate Advent. It's not a religious holiday, it's just something that everyone does. Or it's not a religious tradition, I should say. It's something that everyone does. And so, like, we do it in schools. I just grew up. Everyone has an Advent wreath. We all have 4 Advent candles, every family. And so it's just what we would have. And so that usually starts before Christmas. Before December, I mean, and in this case that would be, however, it starts even after December, because this year the 24th of December is actually a Sunday, so that would be the 4th Sunday of Advent. Usually it's a couple days before, so that, in where I come from, is the latest that people would start to their Christmas decorating and turning things festive. So anyways, I am ready to start. I have, if you see me reach over there, that's because there is my computer where I have the Silhouette Studio open, and I have my page there already planned out. I do need that to do that for my digital projects or digital products, because otherwise I wouldn't know how to print my papers and get them in the size that I need and I want, and I don't want to be wasteful with my ink either. So I'm just going to start with putting down this strip of paper in the back, and it should be centered the way that I planned it, but I feel if it goes centered, I wonder if that would give me enough space. I do like it when you can actually see the patterns. I guess I could, yeah, it needs to be there so that I still need space for my little journal strips here to be able to go there. I think that's all right. I'm giving it a bit more, so I'm pushing it more over here, the screen piece of paper, because more than it's in the Silhouette Studio, because I really want the pattern papers. I used to be a digital scrapbooker, and it didn't matter if the paper was visible or not. Like, I would create entire layouts where I had like entire papers built in to the layout, but then completely covered up. So here I'm trying now to center it top to bottom on the page. So the glue that I use, I really have started to prefer glue over double-sided tape and other things, and it gives me just enough time to move things around. It never warps my paper, which is what I love about the glue that I'm using. I just started a new bottle that's called PVA Craft Glue from Montmartre. Not sure where that's available, but for me the criteria was just it needed to be glue that dries fast. It doesn't get my paper all wet and soggy, and I still want to be able to move things around, and it doesn't get my hands, my fingers, even like I just got a bit of glue on my finger, I just rub it off, and it doesn't make my papers dirty. I used to have a lot of issues with glue as a kid. Every time I touched a glue bottle, like my paper would look gray afterward rather than white because so much residue was there. So I had planned on putting this, and I guess it's okay if it sticks out a little. I guess that's not even bad. All right, so now I am ready to put the pictures. And so the pictures are showing I had ordered a few Christmas things online, and they had arrived the day after Thanksgiving, and I was very happy about that. Now, the way I planned it is I want this black paper to be seen bottom and top. So this really doesn't have much of any information in here, and so I think I will leave it at that, and I guess I can start gluing down. I don't think I have, that's always something I need to pay attention to. I don't think I have anything that will go behind the photos. I'm trying to learn in my recent layouts, as you can see on the channel. I did a lot of clustering because that's from my digital scrapbooking days where I did do a lot of clustering. But I realized I do like it when it's not too many, with actual paper layouts, when it's not too much going on my page. So I'm thinking that I want to put this, I love this picture most of all because it's kind of festive and Christmassy. So I want to put it on top of both because this one has quite a bit of white all around, so it doesn't have much value. It's just my table top. And so I think if I put this here and make sure it shows about the same space as there, and then all I need to do is I can put this at an angle like so. And for this one, normally I do use paper that is a little thicker than copy paper for my printing projects. I'm just trying to see how much it really is covering in the Silhouette version. It's covering most of it here, and so I can go a little higher so that this piece of cake will still show. All right. So then I have my little journal strips here, and I need to see where I started. So here, this is my first. And okay, so I planned on putting these here. And yes, so I can, because this is white there too, I don't need it. I can cover it up. And this is a candle, a double candle, that's okay too, if part of that is covered up as well. So I can go ahead and cover this up. And then finally I have the last one there as well that I can put down. I literally just started this glue bottle yesterday after my other bottle, finally, after a long time, was empty. So, but it already starts looking like I've been using it quite a bit, which is not true. But I love how easy the glue comes out compared to my other bottle. So I'm trying here to pay attention. I don't want to leave a gap. We call that white space. I don't want to cover up too much of the cake, but I also want to make sure that my journaling is not completely covered up. So I think I'm okay with this much. And then because it is a story about candles, I can't just, where I live, I can't just go and buy candles in the store. Either they're too expensive. Candles are just not common where I live. And so that's something I had to get used to. I live in a culture that doesn't really celebrate Christmas. So for me, that's a special thing to get to celebrate. So I have to order my candles online. They ended up actually having fragrance, and they smell like cherry. Didn't know that when I bought it, but I think it smells nice. Okay, so you see me here. I have to work quickly, but this is a tab that I plan to put up here. So I wanted to make sure it's not interfering, but I also want to glue it, put a bit of glue in the back so that it will stick to the page. Now here I can just stick it there, close it, and I think that's good. So the next thing, yeah, so this one, I just cut it out. So you see it's not even very thick paper. I can easily bend it. It's not copy paper for sure, but it's not very thick paper. Sometimes I do print things on my full-on cardstock, and I like that. But sometimes, like for this, I just want to use up like empty space on my paper, that where I print the papers, and there's always like some area that just has still space to put little items, but it'll still not be like this one. I printed on cardstock, and you can see it's quite thicker. I like the dimension it gives, but again, I also want to use up the space on my papers when I print, so I'm okay. Things are a little thinner. I always run a card around the edges just to distress the edges, and that also gives things dimension. Now I have to decide. I think I might want to put this here is a good spot. So let the season begin. This year, for the first time, usually on the day, the Black Friday basically is when I set up my Christmas tree. This year I decided I'll just start slowly, and that gives me Christmassy things to do every day before December 1st. Okay, and I think that's my first page done. It's November 24, and like I said, it'll stick out a little, but I don't mind that it does that. So then, as I said, I don't do it now because I'm not ready, but I will then be able to add another page, and that gives me the flexibility to add as many or as few pages as I want. Some pages will have one day as a double page spread because either there's so much story to tell, so many pictures I took, or it's just the way that I want it. So I with this kind of style, I give myself full flexibility of how many pages I want in my album, and it can be very thick or it can be thinner that way. All right, this is my first page for my document Christmas 2023. I hope you found this helpful. I'm going to leave you with some more close-ups if I get to it, and I hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching. Bye.